Moweni abantu bazomzansi. Yo, what a lekker weekend it was down here in good old Slummies. First, on Saturday evening, we were treated to an inspiring talk by Kirsten Neuschafer. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kirsten Neuschafer is, she is a South African adventurer and sailor who became the first woman to win the Golden Globe yacht race since its inception in 1968. This race is incredibly tough, with competitors required to sail solo around the world past the three Great Capes: Cape of Good Hope, Cape Leeuwin, and Cape Horn. Kirsten won the race despite losing time for voluntarily going off course to rescue a fellow competitor. Now, if that's not GEES, I don't know what is.
Hey, he's not Nick Shaw.
But that's not all. Not many people know this, but before taking part in the race, Kirsten also traversed the entire length of Africa on a flippin' bicycle. This is one badass Bennett. And if that's not enough, the reason why Kirsten came to speak on Saturday evening was to raise funds for a children's home just outside of East London. Kirsten hails from Gqeberha, formerly PE, so not only is she South African, she's somewhat an Eastern Caper as well. Kirsten, thank you for bringing the GEES, and please continue to do so. On Sunday, the Bokko also brought the GEES to East London, so obviously we were there to meet them. The atmosphere was just electric on the streets as people from different colors, different creeds, different backgrounds all got together to cheer the Springboks on their final leg of a grueling 4-day nationwide parade. The turnout in East London was just astronomical, and it made me proud to be South African. For the first time in a long time, people felt a connection to one another, a collective pride for our country. Everywhere we went, we heard individual stories about the hours it took people to get to a spot in the crowd just to catch a glimpse of the returning heroes, about hoisting the kids up onto their shoulders so that at least the next generation can see the champions over the thronging masses. And this is what some oaks just don't understand. You can't kill a symbol like the Springbok. Symbols can be transcendental. They can evolve. That which divided us in the past now unites us. It galvanizes us, inspires us. A few good men saw beyond the politics and worked hard to make the symbol all-inclusive. Men like Nelson Mandela, Steve Tshwete, Siya Kolisi, and Rassie Erasmus. Because of them, we have a symbol that was once politicized, but now it stands for something pure, an ideal, something to be proud of as a country. And that's what I saw on Sunday. Kids of all ages and colors ran behind the bus, shouting the names of their heroes. White kids saying they wanted to be like Siya and Cheslin one day. Black kids saying they wanted to be a great kicker like Handré, and a beast like Elizabeth. Colored kids were scaling out those friends and family who still supported the All Blacks. One thing is clear, the Springbok is not a divisive symbol anymore. In fact, it's arguably the only symbol that we as South Africans, all South Africans, can rally behind. Now, as a special tribute to a certain tone-deaf politician, I will explain the true origins and history of the Springbok symbol in a later episode.
But sometimes we are too radical.
Furthermore, in the spirit of bringing the GEES, I've been thinking of how I, as a young South African history lecturer, can effectively serve my fellow South Africans. Some friends of mine suggested that I present episodes which relate directly to the South African high school history curriculum. I gave it a bit of a ponder and thought of the time back when I was a lightie in high school. Honestly, history as a subject was not particularly interesting.
Okay.
In fact, It was pretty boring.
You! Hey!
This had nothing to do with my teacher. The curriculum just wasn't engaging enough. So to help me get through it, I would make it interesting by playing out the stories I read in textbooks in my mind, as if they were movies.
Wow, you make history come alive.
Not only did it make school history come alive for me, it also helped me to remember the subject. Often, students struggle to remember the content, not because of the content, but because of how it is presented. History can and should be the most interesting subject at school, because by its very nature, it's crucial for how we view the world and respond to current challenges. Therefore, as part of my GEES campaign, I'm keen to help other kids who might be struggling with history at school. In the next month or so, I'll be familiarizing myself with the grades 8 to 12 history curricula with the intention of presenting topics as tutorials on my channel. Just in case you don't know which channel that is, it's this one, the Historian Stash. These tutorials will start rolling out early next year in conjunction with the start of the new school year. So if there are parents out there keen on helping their kids find the right way to study history, this channel is just for you. And for those of you young men and women interested in trying something new when it comes to learning history, come check out the Historian Stash. I promise you, it'll be lekker. So, until next time, stay stashy.